Hi, Liam Ward here at LearnTheHarmonica.com. Today we're talking about shuffles. What is a shuffle in terms of a blues, and what should we do on the harmonica when we're playing over a blues shuffle? The first half of the lesson will consider the definition of a shuffle, and that means understanding when you hear a band what they are doing. Are they playing a shuffle? And then we're going to be talking about how to respond to that with your harmonica playing. What are you going to do so that you're playing something suitable for playing over a shuffle? Okay, so when we're thinking about the definition of a shuffle, we're thinking less about the harmonica and more about what the other instruments are doing. So we might be thinking about the guitar or the bass or the keyboards, and crucially we're going to be thinking about the drums. Because really, when it comes down to it, we're thinking about the rhythm. Shuffling or the shuffle is about rhythm. And the word shuffle can mean lots of different things in a blues. There are different types of shuffles. But really, for us today, when we're getting down to the bare bones of it, what we're thinking about is what is familiar in all shuffles. What is constant in every shuffle that makes it a shuffle. And all it comes down to is swing. There's a certain type of way of playing with a rhythm which makes it swing, and that is what a shuffle contains. Okay? Now, what swing? It's hard to describe, but I can play you a little bit. Let me play you a shuffle track so you can hear what a shuffle sounds like. Here we go. This is a G blues shuffle. So you typically play over this with like a C harmonica. This is just one I found on YouTube. So this is a typical blues shuffle. Chinka 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 dum ba-dum 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 ba-dum. This is, you'll hear this a million times played by electric blues bands. Okay. Now remember, we're not worried about the structure of the chords so much. You should be familiar with a 12-bar blues, and if not, have a little look at what is a 12-bar blues. But for us, what's happening rhythmically? And really it comes down to cha, 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 cha. So if I play you a little bit of just a drum rhythm, so that you, when we listened just then, we were hearing the full band. If we strip it to the drum rhythm, you'll hear a little bit more precisely what's happening with the rhythm. So have a little listen to just a drum beat playing a shuffle. Turn that up a little bit. Cha 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 cha. Cha 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 cha. Okay, so getting back to my idea of swing. What is swing? Given what we've just heard, what the drums are playing is they're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now those ands, and this gets down to really the definition of swing, so this is crucial. The ands are not equal between each beat. We're not going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... That would be what's called a straight rhythm. Straight eights, if you like. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... We're not doing that. We're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Can you hear the difference there? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... The ands are off-centre. So if you drew it kind of spatially, if you were thinking of a straight rhythm, you'd have equal, you might have, say, an inch or 10 centimetres or whatever between each and. With us, the beats are equally spaced, but the ands between them kind of leaning to one beat rather than the other. And that's what makes it go chung ka chung ka chung ka chung ka, instead of chung ka 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 chung ka. Hear the difference between those two things? That's what a shuffle comes down to on the very basic level. As I say, there's more to it in terms of what the guitar's doing, what the bass is doing, but really, if you're comparing different rhythms, when you hear a ka chung ka chung ka chung ka, that kind of swung beat, it's likely in a blues, an electric blues band, that what you're hearing is a shuffle. Okay. Now, I've used the word swing, and there's actually a specific type of blues called swing blues, which there are different features on the drums and different features on the guitar and bass. So you will hear things called swing blues. But here we're talking about the term swing just to define what we're doing in terms of the beats, in terms of the rhythm. Okay. So that is about all we need to know for now in terms of what is happening rhythmically with a shuffle. Let's get on to the interesting stuff, which is to do with playing a harmonica over a shuffle. So I played a little bit of a G blues backing track before, and we could play over that with a C harmonica in second position, which you're probably familiar with. If not, look at some of my lessons on second position, on playing blues. But what is specific when it comes to a shuffle that we want to do on the harmonica? Well, if you think about that uneven half beat between the beats, we want to echo that on the harmonica, follow that with the harmonica, or we might choose to follow that with the harmonica. Okay, so if the drums are going cha 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 cha, we might choose to do that with our playing. Now that's a walking bass line, which I've got a lesson on that, but just as an illustration I was going cha cha cha. But you could do that with any of your usual riffs. You might play like chung ka chung ka chung ka chung ka chung ka chung cha. Okay, so if I put that drum beat on again, hopefully you'll hear how that fits in with it. I hope the drums are loud enough for you to hear. Here we go. Let me see if I can pump up the volume on these a little bit, actually. Okay. So that's the drum rhythm. I'm trying to follow that with my playing. Now don't worry about the notes I'm playing so much. There's plenty of time to work on note selection, and I've got other videos that are concerned with that. But I'm basically using notes around from hold 2 to 6, loosely based around the blues scale or arpeggiating the chords. If that means nothing to you, don't worry, because really the important thing here is the rhythm. I hope you heard how I was going ka chung ka chung ka in my playing. Now if I tried playing straight beats or straight half beats, cha 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 cha, over that rhythm, it's going to be a bit weird. Let me show you just how it just doesn't fit in the same way as ka chung ka chung ka. So we've got our drum beat back. Let me turn it up a bit again. Here's our drum beat. If I try and keep straight notes over it, I'm going to struggle. So that's something you really want to avoid. You want to if you're playing half beats, if you're playing notes of that length, you've got to swing with the band. You don't always have to play those half beats. You might play longer notes or leave gaps. So you could also play quarter notes, which just means one note per beat. So I might play with that rhythm. So instead of going cha cha cha, I'll just go So I'm just doing the beat. Now I probably wouldn't play a whole song, well I definitely wouldn't play a whole song, or even maybe a whole line, or a whole solo definitely, with that length note the whole time. But if you mix it up, do some kind of swung eighth notes and then some of those quarter notes I just did on the beat there. You can also play triplets. There's nothing that stops you playing triplets over that swung beat. So that would be 3 notes per beat. So if I just stick the rhythm on again, cha cha, I could do triplets over it, da 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 da. Again, it gets really annoying if you're doing it the whole time, but I'm just illustrating that you can play triplets over them. The crucial thing is to avoid playing those straight eighth notes. And of course you could hold notes even longer. So you might want to hold a note for 4 full beats. And then obviously the best thing is to do a combination of all those things. So you might swing with the half beats, you might play quarter notes, you might play triplets, you might play whole notes that last for 4 beats. A combination of those will mean you're locking in with the rhythm. Crucially, never playing 1 and 2 and 3 and completely straight notes. So let me just give you an example with the drums of a combination of those different notes. Here the drums go with that cha 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 cha. Now I'm going to bring the full band back in so you can hear how playing these different length notes and avoiding straight eighth notes, how that would sound with a full band playing a shuffle blues. Okay, so that's playing with those rhythms with a shuffle blues. I hope this has helped you to understand a little bit more what someone means when they're saying we'll do a shuffle blues, if a band leader sort of calls that out. And I hope also it's given you a little bit of insight into how to approach playing over that shuffle blues. Of course, all the same things apply in terms of chord structure and notes that you would want to select as with any other 12-bar blues. So if you want to know more about playing over any type of blues, check out my lessons on chord structures, on scales for blues, and on improvisation in general. I'll be back next week with another lesson. I'm not sure what I'll be teaching yet, but I take requests, so please give me your requests for lessons and I'll do as many of them as I can. You can put a comment beneath the video. You can email contact@LearnTheHarmonica.com, and you can also find me on Facebook and Twitter. We've got a great community of players and learners on there to get your teeth into more harmonica stuff, so do keep in touch. Until then, enjoy your playing and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.